Hello, welcome to my new show, Hammers Retro. Here we're going to be taking a look back at some of the great games and glory days of West Ham's past. And yes, people, times when we used to actually try and win things. The first episode this week, I'm going to take a look back at our League Cup final run in 1981, where we went all the way to the final and took the mighty Liverpool FC, who were the reigning league champions, and that season would also win the European Cup, beating Real Madrid in Paris, all the way, not just to the final in Wembley, but we managed to get them to a replay at Villa Park, where, as you will see, we unluckily succumbed 2-1. But let's start then with, first up, the second round game. I entered the competition in the second round, and in the first leg, because in those days, in the second round, you had the first leg and then there was the second leg to decide who goes through. So in the second leg, we played Burnley away. First, West Ham were run-out winners 2-0 with the goal scored by Paul Goddard, who scored his very first goal for West Ham after 14 minutes. And then the second goal added just 7 minutes later by David Cross to make it 2-0. The Hammers managed to hold out till the end of the game, so West Ham won 2-0 and took it back to Upton Park for the second leg. Back at Upton Park for the second leg, played on the 2nd of September 1980. West Ham managed to run out 4-0 with the goal scored by Ray Stewart, who got a penalty. Paul Goddard netted again before an own goal by Burnley made it 3-0 to West Ham, and Jeff Pike weighed in 4 minutes before the end to make the final score. West Ham 4, Burnley 0, and West Ham go through to the next round to play Charlton after winning 6-0 on aggregate. So, on to the Valley we went for the third round game, played on September the 23rd. A not bad crowd, 17,884 attended the game and saw the Hammers run out 2-1 winners. Wasn't a formality. West Ham scored early with David Cross netting on the 20th minute. Charlton then equalised straight away, literally 1 minute later, before David Cross managed to get the winner for West Ham on the 82nd minute and take us through to the next round. Fourth round tie, West Ham drawn at home to Barnsley, played on October the 28th. A big crowd turned up, 21,500, managed to see West Ham survive a scare where we went behind to Barnsley on 62 minutes. Alvin Martin managed to equalise in the 70th minute before just 1 minute later David Cross popped up to complete the turnaround. West Ham win 2-1 and get the fifth round draw against the local rivals Tottenham Hotspur. The Bowling Ground was absolutely packed, 36,500 squeezed in to see the game, and lucky for us we can view the highlights thanks to the big match cameras.
Now Dodge. Brooking up ahead of him, and Goddard's in there, nodded down again for Brooking. Across there, too high for Goddard, and it was Lacey who got it away. A beautiful piece of play by Brooking and for West Ham in general, and Spurs having a bit of... Goddard, a touch for Brooking. Played on again for Goddard. He's got in behind McAllister this time, whipped it across the line. David Cross didn't get the touch. Crooks. Come maybe for Brooking, it'll come maybe for Goddard. And suddenly West Ham have got a few forward. Devonshires made a good break here for West Ham. He went just a little wider than he would have wanted. A little touch there for Brooking, and the cross by him. And was it a handball? Well, there were strong claims by West Ham for a handball there. Sides will wind themselves up for a really big finish. And here's Brooking. And Holland! And West Ham still can't get to it. Cross. Yes! Cross has put it in! Brooking put through there. Danes seem to have saved it there. Spurs seem to have saved it there. It seemed to be going too wide for Cross. What a chip! And even Perryman couldn't stop it from going in. And West Ham go into the lead with about 9 minutes to go. Spurs are almost out. John Hunting, the referee, is looking at his watch. That David Cross goal looks as though it might be the one, and it is! The whistle has gone and West Ham have done it. The goal by Cross so close to the end. A real full-blooded cup tie.
Semi-final now, and West Ham got drawn against Coventry City in the two-legged tie. The first leg was played at Highfield Road. The cameras were there as well.
Martin off to Devonshire. Ball made space for the cross. Good one. Fine try. Bonds, and it's over the line, is it? Yes, the goal is given. I'm sure it is. Degree of skill and conviction now. Devonshire going for this return ball. Oh, and Thompson's going to score an own goal, and it's 2-0. 34 minutes gone, and the night beginning to turn into a total disaster for these kids from Coventry. Devonshire enjoyed that little run until he was felled by two men. Blair through the middle for Thompson. And Thompson's got one back for Coventry. And he feels a lot better about life now. As Thomas prepares to deliver in. He's going to drive one. Oh, he got hold of it. And the equaliser's been knocked in by Daly. Jerry Daly. But they all run to little Danny Thomas. Because it's basically down to him. Gillespie. Hunt. One last desperate fling from Coventry. Touch for Thompson. Yes, he's done it. Well, it's a dream come true for Gary Thompson. 3 goals he scored tonight. 1 for West Ham, 2 for Coventry. And Coventry are in front for the first time tonight, 3-2.
On to the second leg. Again, we were lucky enough the big match cameras were there to catch one of the glory nights of the old ground.
Cross. Goddard trying to turn. Oh, and it's there by Goddard. And now it's Lampard. Cross trying to bore his way in there. Neighbour with a chance. Jimmy Neighbour. And West Ham have won it in the last minute. Unless Coventry can do something absolutely outstanding.
6 weeks on, after the famous semi-final victory over Coventry, over 40-odd thousand West Ham fans set off to Wembley to see if their Hammers heroes could bring back the League Cup for the first time in our history. The BBC cameras were there to capture the day.
Booking takes, Bonds is there. And in fact, an offside decision has been given. I thought for a moment the referee wasn't happy with the kick. Ray Kennedy is poised, so is Alan Kennedy, and so is Souness. 3 players on the near side as we look for Liverpool. One of them is Neil. Here's Sammy Lee. Oh, that's beautifully struck, but the flag is up, and it will not count for offside, I think, against Colin Irwin. It was very well struck by Sammy Lee. The pass from the free kick changed the angle completely. No question that Irwin, number 4, was offside. Douglas. Dermot called for it, has given it well. Can he pull it back? Ray Kennedy coming in, number 5. And it's Pike again. And Douglas. Magnificent save by Parks. Pike. Devonshire comes away to the left, but Lee is conscious of that fact, or is he? Lampard's shot. Oh, my save! Brooking. And Goddard is onside. He's got away from Hansen, but he's got away from the goal too. And he was a little too hasty, I think. And he picks up and replaces a divot. How much did that divot cost him, I don't know. Bonds, just inside the 18-yard box. Goddard is nearer the ball. Bonds is at the back, gets the nod down. And really wasn't very far away. I think Ray Clements would have covered it anyway. Right for the cross by Alan Kennedy, and well taken by Case. McDermott's gone up ahead, and Case again, and off the crossbar.
We might see a crack here from Case. We do indeed. And it comes back off Brooking, I think. Alan Kennedy's poached forward. There's Irwin. Bonds at the back. Martin, only to Alan Kennedy, who puts it in! And Alan Kennedy, no! No, it's not going to count. It's not going to count. They're going over to the linesman. Is it going to count? Yes, it is going to count. And Alan Kennedy has scored with his right foot. Pearson goes to talk to the linesman on the far side. Mr. Jeremy. Great complaints from West Ham as Liverpool go away to congratulate each other, and the referee is going again to talk to the linesman. A goal it is. 3 minutes from time, and the much vaunted front players who were thought to be those who would decide it. In the end, Alan Kennedy, who's twice been on the losing side here, scores what surely must be the decisive goal of this 1981 League Cup final. A man famed for his ability on his left. A clearance from Alvin Martin, and Kennedy sinks it with his right, and he'll remember that for many a long day. When West Ham thought that a player was offside, Sammy Lee, I think. Ray Stewart poised. Oh, magnificent save by Ray Clements. They all go to congratulate him. And he's kept the Football League Cup in Liverpool's hands. Neighbour with the corner. Alvin Martin hit the crossbar. Penalty. It was handled up by Terry McDermott. When I said as we started extra time, so often what has gone before in 90 minutes changes totally in the extra 30-minute period, and it's all come right at the end. The ball turned onto the crossbar by Terry McDermott from the header by Alvin Martin. 6 of his 7 goals this season have come from the penalty spot, but none as important as this. And he puts it in. And Clements is down on his knees as they go to congratulate Ray Stewart. Clements, who made the most brilliant save a few seconds ago, now finds that it will be a replay. Surely there is nothing else left. And indeed, the final whistle has gone, and the replay it will be at Villa Park on April the 1st. West Ham saving themselves at the death, and no wonder John Lyall goes to congratulate first Ray Stewart there. But it seemed that Ray Clements, allied to the goal by Alan Kennedy, had won the cup for Liverpool, but it was not to be.
So after the fantastic finish and the 1-1 draw, both the goal scorers got to talk with BBC's Bob Wilson.
Let me take you, Ray, to that very dramatic conclusion to the game, because there wasn't time to restart. Now, just tell us about that penalty incident.
Well, just as going up to Billy Bond said to me, just take your time, if you miss, it doesn't matter. And that really helped me.
It's a good penalty though,
did you have no fear in the back of your mind?
I never knew how long to go, and Billy just said, if you miss, you miss. It's all over. And I just went up and I kept my head and I stuck it away.
And you had no doubt about the actual penalty in the first place, that Terry McDermott?
Well, I never really seen it. I never even seen the ball hitting the net, so...
You must have been closer to that.
He did handle it, he tipped it on the bar, yes. I think it would have went in anyway, so, I mean, Terry did the right thing. Unfortunately for us, he scored.
Now, at the end of the game, unbeknownst to probably a lot of the West Ham fans or the Liverpool fans in the ground, John Lyall then approached the referee, Clive Thomas, to discuss about the contentious awarding of Liverpool's goal. It transpires that John Lyall was then booked, as were a couple of the West Ham players, for their protests at the end. Clive Thomas apparently accusing John Lyall of calling him a cheat. We get to hear now from Clive Thomas, and then after we hear John Lyall's side of the story.
Yes, he shot, and Sammy was lying on the. I think it's a Sammy Lee is sitting lying on the 6-yard box, and the goal was scored. My linesman, Mike, in his opinion, quite rightly flagged for offsides. He thought that Sammy Lee was interfering with play. I didn't think he was interfering with play. In no way can I agree with my linesman in that respect, because the player was lying on the ground. And then, of course, the West Ham players felt that because the linesman had flagged, I should have gone over to him. So this is where I bad refereeing now. I run over to him, over to my linesman, but only halfway, and then telling him, right, you go back to the halfway line. Instead of going all the way over to the touchline and saying, now go back to the halfway line. So the players, rightly so, West Ham, said, look, you haven't even discussed it with your linesman.
So
that was bad refereeing. So then I felt it right to go over and explain to Mike, look, in my opinion, the player was not interfering with play.
So and whereas Irwin was interfering with play, in your opinion, with Lee, there was...
That's right. This player, how can he be? It'd be interesting to watch tomorrow anyway. How can he be when he's lying on the floor? And it is I that overruled the linesman. And if you look at it, that was the only black spot between the three of us. I thought that we had a great game.
Now, there was clearly no problem with the penalty. It was clearly a penalty, a handball by Terry McDermott. But then came the final whistle almost immediately, and it appeared really that John Lyall, the West Ham manager, was objecting fairly strongly.
Yes, unfortunate. You know, I can accept to a certain extent a manager sort of frustrated in that situation. But there's things I'm prepared to take. I'm certainly not prepared to take anyone in this country or outside the country calling me a cheat. No one's ever done it.
And John Lyall actually accused you of that?
Oh, well, and he'd be reported accordingly. No one calls me that, because I'm not one.
And was there a fairly strong argument at that time, Clive?
No, it was really Bob Paisley came over, and typical Bob Paisley said, no, he didn't mean it, Clive, let's forget it and all that. You know, that's typical of him anyway.
So you booked John, and then he
and booked 2 players, didn't I? Number 2 and number 10, I think.
And then he'll be reported to the Football League.
Oh, yes, most strongly.
I'm in football. I train players hard. They work hard. We try and work at the right things. The situation involved with their first goal was a situation where the ball was cleared out the box and we left one of their players in there, although he was on the ground, and we certainly felt he was interfering with play.
That, you would agree, is the referee's decision ultimately, whether he's interfering or not?
Inevitably, the referee has the right to make any decision he pleases, but it's football is a great game of emotion, and when players, and we've worked tremendously hard at the club this year, and when things go against you like that, and the referee and the linesman make decisions, and I have to accept them, but understandably I get emotional over them.
You train your players, as lots of clubs do, to clear the box quickly from those sort of situations, expecting the officials to be awake and give the right decisions, don't you?
All we do is work to get people out of the box as quickly as possible. Then, beyond that, all I expect is the officials to do what they have to do.
Do you accept also that by playing those tactics, at times, human error is going to let you down?
I just play the tactic, and I think 91 other clubs in professional football play the tactic. It's as simple as that.
What about the actual words that took place between yourself and Clive Thomas? Do you regret that in retrospect?
Yes, certainly. I mean, Clive and I have been good friends and we've spoken lots of times, but unfortunately there's emotion involved, and if I've said the wrong thing, all I can do is apologise. But, you know, we say lots of things in football privately, and you make certain statements, and we all do it, and if you say the wrong thing, all you can do is apologise, and if I've done the wrong thing, I'll be the first to apologise. I'm that sort of person, but I'm still entitled to a point of view, which I've got and which I'll keep.
Yeah. I spoke to him after the game, Clive, and he said that, yes, he was offside. He agreed he was offside and he wasn't interfering with play, and yet he was lying on the penalty spot. So, I mean, the same old argument will come in. If he wasn't interfering with play on the penalty spot, well...
But you'd say 99 times out of 100, a player in a position like that would be given as interfering.
It's got to be, really, because the ball was hit from the other side of him, past him into the net. Past me. I didn't actually see the ball, Alan Kennedy strike. I didn't even know he'd scored it until he came up on the scoreboard. Because I didn't see it. He came out, and there was a big crowd of players in front, and the foul on the floor. And he just came through and went into the net. And I couldn't believe it when he did actually give it. The linesman gave it, and he overruled him and said that...
Not interfered.
Not interfered.
I wanted to replay played the 1st of April at Villa Park, Aston Villa's home. Sadly, for me, I couldn't get to go to the game. Only 11 years old now, school night, so I had to be happy with watching the game in the Library pub. Quite packed it was in there, Stratford Road in Plaistow for those people that know it. But anyway, enjoy the highlights as we can of the replay. And to be honest, a really fantastic performance from West Ham on the night that perhaps the highlights don't do justice.
For Neighbour, almost the first touch he's had with almost 10 minutes gone. And he's gone past Alan Hansen. And he's got a couple of West Ham players waiting in the middle. The cross coming in. Oh, and it's there. Well, Goddard has put West Ham into the lead. Well, it's Liverpool doing some more attacking now. McDermott playing it in. Dalglish! So Liverpool's corner. Jimmy Case with it. Curled in there once more towards Hansen! And the goal!
So defeat there for West Ham.
We've now got Phil Parson. Tremendous saves there, Phil.
Well, I expect the lads say that's what I'm paid for, so I really enjoyed it. The fantastic atmosphere. I think it turned out a lot better game than obviously the Wembley one.
But your saves did keep West Ham in there. And did you think you could have perhaps got an equaliser near the death there?
Perhaps near the end, yeah. I think we could have. There was a couple of chances right in the last maybe 2 or 3 minutes where we could have just snatched an equaliser.
You've got to get your medal now, so off you go, Phil. Thank you.
And what brave losers they've been. West Ham, who go up first, led by their skipper Billy Bonds, to get the losers' medals from Bob Lord, Alvin Martin and Frank Lampard. Jimmy Neighbour, whose contribution was immense in those early moments when his cross slid for Paul Goddard here getting his medal, scoring that goal for West Ham. Stuart Pearson, who came on as the sub. Alan Devonshire there as well. Ray Stewart, Trevor Brooking, who had that chance towards the end, and Phil Parkes, who was magnificent in goal. There are the losers. And indeed, nobody would argue with that. And what a familiar sight that is for a Liverpool captain to raise the cup aloft. But it's the Football League Cup for the first time.
Well, Trevor Brooking, was the first half the killer, really?
Well, I think Liverpool played exceptionally well first half, and although we scored, they were always on top, and I think they deserved to be 2-1 up at half-time. I think we got sorted out a little bit better second half, and we had 1 or 2 near misses, but possibly on the night, Liverpool won it in the first half, as you say. Yeah.
And what about those misses at the end, though? Could have just...
Yeah, could have. They cross sneaked just past the post. I put one wide at the same post. I don't think it was going to go in, though. And, you know, credit to Liverpool, they played very well. Yeah.
Trevor Brooking, thank you.
Thank you.
So there you have it. Liverpool go on to lift the trophy, but the West Ham team go home with their heads held high, and we can be very proud of the performance they put in throughout the whole run, all the way to the final and taking Liverpool to the replay. You know, let's remember Liverpool did go on to be European champions that season, so the boys have got nothing to be embarrassed about. I hope you enjoyed the show. Feel free to comment below and share with us your memories of that great cup run and the great times we had back in 1981. And look out for the next show whenever it hits your screens. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.